Michael, Hamburg has done very well against the background of the recession and shown good growth. What do you see the near-term future for Hamburg in terms of traffic over the next couple of years or so?
Well, we'll continue to see growth. Hamburg is as an area, a growth area. We've got new business coming in. We're a location of aviation, one of the biggest in the world. And the city is growing, which is, I think, an advantage over other areas. And so we see a growth which will be moderate, somewhere between 3 and 4% and an average over the next 5 to 6 years.
Okay, and in terms of a total transport system, obviously other modes of transport, the train, which has freed up slots and given obviously additional traffic as well. How important is the continued growth of Hamburg as almost as a transport hub with other modes?
I think it's very important to get the access well done. We've got the motorway nearby, which will be added on, a new link to Lübeck in the next few years, which will be important. We've got the railway, which has railway capacity where they can grow it, and we will also be building more parking space. So we will basically have a growth in all areas, and I think that's the mix which we will need to be able to take care of all the opportunities.
So we've got traffic being fed by rail rather than by flights and by better road links as well. So the catchment area of the airport actually expands as well. So it's a bigger market that you can address.
That's correct. Yes, I mean we're at about 5 million people in the direct area, and I think that's going to grow steadily as also the network will grow. I think that's mutual. You see this growth basically on either side, catchment and network going hand in hand.
If we look to the future, obviously we've just seen the first delivery of the Boeing 787, albeit 40 months late or so. What potential do you see for further long-haul development from Hamburg with or without the 787? Because obviously the 787 is seen as that aeroplane which can take a smaller load for an even greater distance very efficiently and effectively.
I see it as an ideal aircraft for us, because the market is fairly large for long haul, be it Far East, be it the US, as two main markets. But today we've got aircraft which are too large for this catchment, and I think there we will be ideal, and it will be point-to-point traffic from our point basically to a hub on the other end.
So really another kicker to growth as and when the local airlines take delivery.
Absolutely, yes. And I think, as I mentioned, it's 40% business traffic, so it's interesting for long haul carriers.
Okay. And in terms of that, we've looked at the positives. What are the risks to growth? We've seen aviation tax come into Germany, prospect of more money perhaps being raised by that. But what are the other risks that you see to the development of Hamburg?
Well, risks in that sense is, of course, to the overall industry. What will the environmental issues be? I think the industry must do a lot more to prove the benefits which are there, which we don't have to invent. They're there, but we've got to communicate them. I think we need to make sure we have a very good relationship with our neighbourhood, because we see that at other airports that if something is changed in the way of flight routes or things like that, you get immediate resistance from the people living around, and that's one of the issues where I think we're going to pay a lot of attention in the next years to come.
Well, I'm sure your neighbours will be very pleased to hear that. And with that, Michael, thank you very much indeed for sharing your views with us today. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.